Hello there and welcome to another super special summer edition of Professor Dr. Duba's videos. Today's topic, what to read in the summer before law school. This is a question I get quite often and I have decided to address it in a video, assuming that other students out there may have the same question. Now this is a very, very good question. It is also, I must say, a very, very easy question. The answer to the question is, what should you read before law school is nothing. Do not read a thing. All you will do in law school is read, read, read. Why would you want to read more before you go to law school? To practice your reading? I don't think so. So do not read anything. Just have a good time. Perhaps you may put on your summer hat and just enjoy your freedom before you go to law school. Now, if, however, you insist to read something before law school, I am assuming that you are thinking about two different subjects that you might want to read about. The first subject is law school. The second subject is the law. So I have two suggestions. One, law school, the other, the law. Now, if you want to read something about law school, may I recommend a book entitled The Bramble Bush, written by a man named Carl Llewellyn, who was a law professor at Columbia University in New York for many, many years and would give a lecture to the incoming students every year, starting in the late 1920s. Now, if you are scared by the fact that it is an old book, do not be scared. It is a very, very good book. It is an irreverent book even. Yes, it challenges students. It shakes them out of their preconceptions about what law school is and what law is. It is also a quite funny book. Carl Llewellyn was a quite funny man. For example, he actually went to Germany to fight on the German side during World War I. Then came back to the United States and attempted to join the war on the American side, unsuccessfully. At any rate, he was an interesting and a very smart, sophisticated, unconventional man. And I highly recommend this book to you. Don't bother with reading the rest of the book, just read the first chapter. The rest of the book is quite tedious. The first chapter, very good, punchy. Read it, read it. If you must read the first chapter. Okay, another suggestion. Duncan Kennedy's very, very entertaining article, Legal Education and the Reproduction of Hierarchy, written later than Llewellyn, but actually quite similar spirit. You should read this book before, this article before you go to law school. It will be interesting to meet your professors, your fellow students, and the various staff members at the law school after having read this article. It is actually quite funny. I'm not so sure if it's intentionally funny, but at any rate, it is quite entertaining also. So give Llewellyn, give Kennedy a chance. Now, I should say that if you are watching this video from a civil law country, say Germany, I cannot make any suggestions. I cannot suggest anything that you should read to get ready for German legal education. But I do have suggestions for you about the law. Anyway, so let's move on to the second subject, namely the law, not law school. Now, if you are about to enter law school in a common law country, I have a tremendous suggestion for you. It's possibly the greatest book ever written about the common law. In fact, it's 4 books written by William Blackstone in the 1760s. Yes, these are 4 volumes. They cover the entirety of the common law. They're called Commentaries on the Laws of England. Now, I challenge you, if you must read a book about the law, yes, read William Blackstone's commentaries. And then, having read them, go to law school and do not read a single thing. Now, this is an experiment. See if the law has changed at all, or whether it is possible for you to pass law school just having read William Blackstone's commentaries in the Laws of England. Now, of course, I'm not really serious when I suggest it, but I always wish I had done this experiment just to see if it would be possible. I think it may be. I don't know. But anyway, you should Still, take a look at Blackstone. It's old, it's 18th century, yes, I know, funny and so on, but it is excellent. It is very, very well written, yeah, for an 18th century book. And it covers the entirety of common law, and again, which may or may not have changed so much since the 18th century. So that is my recommendation for common law students. Now, civil law students, I promised you that I have a recommendation for you. In fact, I have two recommendations for you to read something about law before entering law school. And it's not really law school in your countries, it's anyway, law studies at the university. And one is by a man named, or let's just say known as at the time, Gnaeus Flavius. And the title of the book is Der Kampf um die Rechtswissenschaft, or also known as The Fight About Legal Science. It's legal science, published in 1906. It is a short book, it is a punchy book, it is again a challenging book, entertaining. It is a very, very, very exciting to read. It'll be even more exciting to reread after you have entered law school, you finished law school, because the man is very, very upset with the way legal science was done in Germany at the time and how legal education was done. It is really a fascinating document. Also, I recommend another, also it's a short book by a man named Rudolf von Jhering. That is his actual name, published in the 1880s, entitled Scherz und Ernst in der Jurisprudenz. Jokes and seriousness in jurisprudence, which is a collection of essays of his, who was a very famous Roman law scholar at the time, where he also challenges the assumptions of the way legal science was done in the 19th century, which essentially was a study of Roman law and private law. And it is entertaining to an extent. So let's say, if you are a fan of Wagner's Meistersinger, yes, you may find this book very, very funny. But at any rate, there's good stuff in it, and I highly recommend it. So two books for our civil law friends, the Flavius book and the Jhering book, and for our common law friends, William Blackstone, Commentaries on Law's Meaning. But as I said, what you really should do is read absolutely nothing. And if you must read something, don't read anything about the law. Instead, read something that you will not have time to read during law school, something unrelated to law. Here's one suggestion, Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. It's a very, very long book. It has many, many footnotes, and it is funny, sad, serious, but it is a tremendous accomplishment that you should check out while you still have the time before you descend into the beauty and the excitement of legal education, which is reading, law all the time. So I hope you have a very good summer and have fun in law schools.